What's up, gamers? I'm your host Cobra, and today is the Chicken Derby drop reaction. So this afternoon, Chicken Derby dropped their final 13,000 chickens, as we reviewed in our last video, and I was able to grab the full 20 chickens that I was hoping to mint, and wanted to record a quick reaction for you today. Review what we pulled, what I'm excited about, what my immediate reaction and plan is going to be, and then we'll come back tomorrow after I've had a chance to actually build the full spreadsheet and analyze things a little bit closer. So let's jump right in. Here I've got pulled up my chicken coop with all 20 of the chickens that I minted today. And we're going to take just a quick look at some of the more exciting pulls. The thing that I was immediately most happy about was I finally got a de-evolution talent. It's on a Lenkenvelder, so it could be better, but could be worse. But really exciting. It's a 95% perfection. That should make it really valuable and useful. We also got this interesting one over here with Fan Group, which is a uncommon, but it's got the eye patch, it's got the white beak, it's got the unique purple comb and waddle combo, which is basically all of the rare traits besides stripes that you can have on a single chicken. So that's quite an interesting combination. I don't think there's too many of them out there. We also got another striped Lenkenvelder. This one's actually in the wild moss, which I don't think there's necessarily a huge demand for, but there's only 37 of those I looked up. So that is definitely a rare one. And then some exciting additions that I will very likely be keeping is we got another Sultan. This one's only a 90%, but it has Jetpack. That's an uncommon trait that I really like and think would be pretty useful. We also got another purple one. It's a rooster. I was hoping for a hen, but this one's got vampire teeth and a little bit better perfection. So that's another pretty rare trait, which I didn't really have any cosmetic traits that were all that valuable to breed with, so that's a valuable addition. And then we also got another blue one here with the unique gold comb and waddle combo. So that's another rare cosmetic trait on another rooster. So we're gonna have to get some more hens, I think. But those are some of the more valuable and interesting chickens that we pulled. There is a 98 perfection dork over here. Those go for a little bit extra because 98 is pretty rare also, and obviously quite high. But again, I'll be back tomorrow with a more detailed analysis. My quick estimate here is that we've probably got a little over 2 ETH worth of chickens. We're definitely going to sell a bunch of those off because I spent over 0.8 to mint the 20 that we got. So we need to recoup some of that for future drops, but we have a whole bunch of really cool ones to keep and play with in the future. Alright, so I took the evening and went through and analyzed the 20 chickens that I minted yesterday. The good news is my estimate from yesterday's immediate reaction seems to be about on point, but now I've got the data to back it up. So we're going to dive right in. I built a spreadsheet here to break down and help me analyze all 20. 20 is a lot, especially in a game that has quite a few factors to consider, as well as a bunch of cosmetic traits that add additional value as well. And we want to squeeze out as much as we can while at the same time selling off relatively quickly. And because this isn't a product that is just selling like gangbusters where you just list it and watch the price rise, we need to make sure that we price these accurately so we can get some sales over the weekend. And end up with a free roll plus a little bit of profit. All right, so yesterday after things calmed down, I was able to sit down and really analyze the 20 chickens that we minted yesterday. Good news is my estimate from the immediate reaction was pretty on the money. Some of the values were certainly off, but the total ended up about what I expected. So let's dive right in, take a look at which chickens I'm excited to keep, which ones I'm excited to sell, and what the long-term outlook looks like for my chicken coop going forward. So as I mentioned prior, de-evolution was the one that I was most excited about. It's both a high perfection rating, it's also a really cool and really rare talent. So we are going to see if we can sell that one. Honestly, I would be more excited if it did not sell, but because it's the most valuable one that we got, or probably the most valuable one that we got, we're at least going to take a shot at selling it first. As you're looking through this here, the yellow ones are chickens that I have highlighted as likely keepers. They're also priced a tad higher in an effort to not sell them. If they go at the price they're listed at, that's fine though. The green ones have already sold. So as you can see, I'm down to 15 chickens already. They're mostly on the lower end. There was one higher perfection hen that sold for 0.1, but we're doing a pretty decent job recouping our entry cost so far. The Dorkings I expect will all sell. The 98 perfection is an interesting one, especially because it's actually all white minus the beak. So that one looks really cool, but it's a perfection rating that's high, and also between the two drops I just didn't get very many Dorkings, so less interested in keeping those. And instead want to keep at least 2, maybe all 3 of the Sultans that we pulled. Jetpack is an interesting talent. I think that one is potentially a keeper. It's also the least valuable Sultan, so we'll probably hold on to that one. We also got one with Fan Group, which is an uncommon talent. Those go for a good chunk, even though they're not that much more rare than the uncommons. They honestly seem like the most fun talents. It also has the exclusive waddle. It's the only golden comb waddle in the game. There's not a ton of those. So from a breeding perspective, that gives me an interesting cosmetic trait to potentially try and replicate with some offspring. We also got a purple one with vampire teeth. Now you know I like purple. I like vampires too, so this one's really cool. However, I don't see a ton of usefulness from a gameplay perspective. That's a cosmetic trait. It is one of 500, so it's a good cosmetic trait. And I would like to have some vampire chickens for sure, but it's one of the more valuable ones as well. So again, we'll see if that one sells. At the end of the day, it might end up being keep Vampire Teeth Sultan or keep the de-evolution Lycanvelder. But we'll see what happens. At the end of the day, I expect I'll probably keep closer to 8 chickens, maybe as many as 10, depending on what the sales look like when we're all said and done. But I've marked off 5 that I want to have as keepers for now, and I did some total projections based on if the rest of the chickens sell at their projected prices. So let's take a quick look. We've got just over 0.6 worth of keepers. That value is honestly inflated a little bit because, again, I said those are listed a tad higher. We've sold 2.8 worth of chickens so far, and the rest of the projected sales adds up to over 2.4, almost 2.5 Ethereum. Slightly better than I estimated, and that puts us at a profit or a profit range of 1.2. Can't speak today. What I then did though is take a look at less desirable scenarios. The reality is these chickens have all been posted at about these prices for at least 6 to 12 hours now. I tend to play with them, so it's a little bit all over the place, but several haven't sold yet. So likely we're going to get less than this. If it's 75% of the total across the board, our profit drops down to about 3/4 of an Ethereum. And if it goes all the way down to 50%, which quite honestly, if I listed at 50% right now, they'd all be gone in an hour. So this is an unlikely scenario, but possible as the market shifts. That still results in a profit of 0.3. And in that scenario, we're keeping about 0.33 worth of chickens as well. So this is going to be a good result. It's definitely going to continue to be a free roll. If you remember from my previous video, we had 4 sultans in the chicken coop to start with. We're going to be adding at least 2 more. And then I'm thinking probably 4 to 6 Lankenfelders as well, with some combination of those interesting traits. So who else participated in the drop? If you were able to get in, hit me up in the comments and let me know how it went for you. How many chickens did you mint? Did you get anything good? I'd love to hear about a black Sarama robot chicken, some crazy combination like that. Either way, I hope you all did very well. I'm excited to hear about how the drop went for you. A little bit of information. They do have a beta version of the game opening later in the year. It is already closed. You had to sign up after drop 1 and still have some chickens. I will be in that beta, so we're going to get a chance to check out the game together. There'll be more videos on that once it's available. Probably going to be a couple of months, but that will be something to look forward to. Well, gamers, that's another successful drop in the books. I hope it went as well for you guys as it did for us. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. There's lots more play to earn video game action coming. You're going to want to follow us on Twitter as well. That's where you're going to be able to find a lot of information about new projects and specifically things like signing up for the Discord, getting on whitelist. I'll be sharing as much as possible so that you guys have the same type of opportunities as well. And then next up is going to be part 1 of how to get started in Axie Infinity with breeding and playing for under 1 Ethereum.